Hi guys, today I want to show you how you can use the built-in program Performance Monitor that is built into Windows to monitor the load of your different cores of your CPU. This can be especially handy if you want to see if there's a CPU bottleneck and you're running, for example, games and you want to see if those cores are fully loaded to monitor the CPU load over time in whatever work scenario you're in, if that's games or if that's any other issues, maybe servers you're running. So what you want to do here is just go to Start, and then the tool is called perfmon.exe, and here you can see perfmon.exe, and you want to start that. Okay, so I have here the German version of Windows, so I hope we can still get through this together. So the next step you want to do here is we want to create a profile, because this performance monitor program here in Windows is quite a strong tool and can give a lot of information. It can give information on the RAM usage and a lot of different things, but the only thing we really want to do in this video is see how we can use this program to monitor the CPU load of the different cores over time. So we want to set up a manual data collector set that monitors exactly this information. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to go to data collector set, which is right down here, and we want to open this, and then you can create a user-defined monitor setup. So we want to click on that, and then up here you see that you can create a new set. So we want to do that. We click here, and now we give this monitor set a name. So let's say, for example, we want to monitor the CPU cores, and we'll just call it exactly that, CPU core monitor. And now down here, there's two options. We want to manually set up the program. So we click here and we go to further and or next, and then we have here different options of what kind of functions we want to monitor, and we just go here to the performance one, click on it, so it's the upper box, and then we go to next. And now we can here add functions we actually want to monitor using Performance Monitor. And here we can see this whole list of information here of different things you can monitor. It's has a lot of different stuff. But what we want to go to Processor, and here we see it, Processor, and we want to open this tab, and then in the very low part of this list, we want to go to Processor Time. Now this monitors actually the load of the processor over time. And down here we see an option Total. So this would be monitoring the CPU load of all cores over time. So we want to select this, and then we want to add right here. So now we have the processor monitoring over all CPUs, so the total over time. But we also want to see how are the different cores being used over time. And this is down here. We see here from 0 to 3. I'm using a quad-core processor, and the cores are called 0, 1, 2, and 3, adding a total of 4. So I just select all of these, and I add them. So now we're not only monitoring the total CPU usage, but also the usage of each single core of my processor. Once we have this here, we click on OK. Now down here you can write in the interval, so how often the program actually monitors the CPU load. This depends on how long you actually want to monitor stuff. If you're monitoring the load over weeks because you want to see how your server is doing at specific times, then you increase the interval that the monitor measures the CPU load. For gaming, I suggest something like 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds, the program will see how high is the load of the CPU. So here we give in seconds, and then we say next. Now here's where the whole log is saved after the monitor program is finished. And we just keep it at the default area to save those files. So then we can here under reports right here, we can look at them. So we just keep this preset setting and we go to next. And then we want to save and close the program. So that's what we do. And we say, okay, we finish this. And now you can see here under your data collector set, we have a new entry that says CPU core monitor. So every time we want to now monitor our CPU load, we just click on here and then we go right click and say start. So now every 5 seconds, this program is measuring the load of the CPU. And to demonstrate this, I just have here a short, small program that does calculations on different cores to maximize their load. So I'll start this program. And right now I'll just have a short run. So what this program does here is just it fully occupies all our cores to 100%, and you'll have a maximum load on every core. It does some certain calculations, and it's handy for stress testing, for example, overclocked CPUs. So okay, I just ran this program and on all cores, and now I can also set it to a certain amount of cores. So I'm going to set the program and say I just want to let it run on 2 cores, so only using 2 of my 4 cores, and then I'll run the program again. We don't see much of what the program does. It's just running in the background all these complicated calculations, and now it's taking a little longer because the CPU can only use 2 cores of the 4 available. And I can repeat this process also just for 1 core, and I want to do this right now just to show you how the different loads will look on the performance monitor afterwards. So we'll give it a final run here, and now this will take a little longer because now the CPU only has 1 core to work with rather than 4. So once this is finished here, just want to close this program, and here again in the performance monitor program, this is still collecting data right now. And to finish the program, we just click on it, left click on it, press right click, or no, actually we have to go here to the CPU monitor. Sorry about that. You just have to click here to your program and then right click and say stop. You want to stop the collecting. And you have to do this here. You have to force the stop to be able to look at the whole reports you get. Without stopping it, it just keeps collecting your CPU load, and you can't see any file in the reports. So now we stop this by right-clicking and pressing here on stop. And now we should find this in here in the reports section. So we open the report section, and here again we use user-defined monitor settings, and here you can see already the CPU core monitors. So that's where all the reports are saved in. So we double click here and we see one entry from today, and we open this. Now what we see here in this graph is the CPU load over time, and here we see what it's showing, what the graph is showing. So it's only showing the total load of all CPUs, but we want to actually monitor, or we monitored all the cores, the different cores. So to get those back in the graph, not just the total load, but the load of each core, we go here to the plus sign. So we want to add, and then here in the processor monitor window, we just click on it, and then again we have the total and all the cores. So what we want to do is we want to click again on all the cores and add them, like we did previously when we made this profile. Now we have all of them there. We want to add the total as well. So now we have all 4 cores in the total, and we press OK. And now we can see the graphs of all 4 cores and the total. And here individually we can add them or subtract them to the graph or remove them. So if we just want to see the total, we just take away the 4 cores, and now we can see just the total load. And we also can see that for a short time when we were running this W prime program, we had almost a 100% load here during this short period of time. And then I enabled only 2 cores, so it gave approximately a 60% load of the total CPU usage, but for a longer time it had to work much longer. And then the program stopped, and now we gave it only 1 core to work with, which was approximately a load of 40% over, and it took much longer, and then the CPU load dropped again. But we can also just, look at the graph, for example, 1 core. So we can see here that 1 core shows approximately the same as we saw, and we can here just look at all these different cores and loads. This is really handy if you want to check for bottlenecks. So I hope this helped you see how you can monitor CPU loads over time using the Performance Monitor tool of Windows. Okay, see you. Bye-bye.